That's right, we're making extra crispy jalapeno porchetta. Not only does it look amazing, but it's got an incredible crunch that'll just blow you away. So let's just get into this. We're gonna start with a full side of pork belly. Ours is about 9 pounds, and we're just gonna butterfly this open. This will increase the amount of surface area for the stuffing that we're gonna put in here. So you just wanna butterfly that out all the way to the end so that this opens up just like a book. Now that that's ready to go, let's make our stuffing. We're gonna start by chopping about a dozen garlic cloves, slice a jalapeno, then destem a few sprigs of rosemary and thyme, and then grate the zest of half an orange and half a lemon. Now mix that together and continue to chop until it's all mixed in evenly. You might consider using a garlic press for your garlic here instead if you're looking for a smoother taste profile on your stuffing. Now back to the pork belly. Pour on some extra virgin olive oil, rub it around. Now we're grabbing the stuffing and just spreading it across the pork belly nice and evenly so that this cooks evenly. Spread it across, get it right to the edges. Now add your jalapenos and again space these out evenly. And then we're gonna go in with a generous amount of salt. Now let's add some fresh cracked pepper from the world's largest pepper mill. Let us know in the comments below whether you think we should use that pepper mill going forward. And now just admire the colors of this recipe before you start rolling it up from one end to the next. And you're gonna start with the end that doesn't have the skin on it, and then you're gonna roll it across, and you'll see that the skin will naturally then just form an exterior layer around your porchetta. So lay it down on some butcher's twine and make sure the twine is evenly spaced across your porchetta. It's a really important piece because it's going to ensure that we have uniformity throughout the whole cook. And once these are tied up, just cut off the excess string with your knife so it doesn't burn. And now we're going to start scoring this. You want to score the skin of the pork belly evenly across the entire porchetta. And this is a really important step that's going to help produce incredibly crispy pork skin on the exterior of this porchetta. So take your time, don't rush this. Get a healthy amount of scoring across the entire skin of the porchetta. Now that that's done, we're going to want to tie the porchetta up lengthwise. So we're going to go across with one string here, and then we'll put in a second one so that we've got two 90-degree angle strings across the lengthwise of the porchetta. Now just admire this little package. Looks like a perfect little present you could put under the Christmas tree. Now let's head on over to the barbecue and fire it up. We're going to be using our Weber kettle for this recipe, so we've got a charcoal chimney just full and heated up here. We'll aim to keep the internal temp of our kettle at about 325 degrees Fahrenheit for the whole cook. The last step in preparing the porchetta is just to get a generous amount of salt on the exterior in all of those scoring marks and crevices that you created earlier. Now add the porchetta to the grill, keep it on the cooling rack for maximum airflow, and just position it as far away from the direct heat source as you can. Now we'll add a temp probe into the center of the porchetta, and we're going to want to grill this until we hit an internal temp of 160, and that's when we know this bad boy's done. Now we're just adding some pecan wood chips to generate some smoke. Use your favorite flavor though. Hickory or apple would be amazing as well. Now just sit back and let that smoke away and let the kettle do all the hard work from here. We're about 45 minutes into the cook. Gonna lift the lid and check on this, and man, look at that color. This is coming along just great. The porchetta's looking beautiful. Now we're just gonna cover this up and let it keep going. Now another 45 minutes later, it's time to turn this. We're about halfway through the cook, and we just want to make sure that we're getting an even amount of heat on both sides of the porchetta. So just pick it up, turn it around, no magic to this, then put the lid back on the grill and just monitor your internal temp and the temp of the smoker. Now of course 325 isn't going to give you that crispy skin we're looking for, but we've got a secret later on we'll show you how to get that crunch. We just hit an internal temp of 160, so we're going to remove the temp probe and take this off the grill. Yes, just look at that beautiful color. Now heat up some canola oil until you hit a temperature of 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and be very careful at this stage. Oil can burn you severely, so again, just be careful. Now you're gonna ladle the hot oil over top of your porchetta while it's sitting on a cooling rack with a baking sheet underneath to catch the canola oil as it comes off. So just continue to pour that canola oil over top of the porchetta. The specific heat of oil holds a ton of heat, and that transfers into the skin on the pork belly and blisters it up, as you can see as we just keep pouring over top here. Now once you're done with that, just drag the knife across the skin of the porchetta just to prove to yourself you got that extra crispy outcome that we were looking for. It's like a little musical instrument here. And now for the test to see how this turned out on the inside. So grab a sharp knife, get one with a serrated edge if you have it handy, and just carve into this. You can see the colors of the stuffing are just incredible, and we've got that pinwheel shape as the stuffing spirals down in concentric circles here in the porchetta. Honestly, there aren't that many things that are this easy to cook, and when you've got your friends over, you'll look like an absolute all-star chef. So if you like this video, give us a like below, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you next time.